Hello Vivekians, welcome to your next class. In this video, we'll be continuing with the topic of active and passive voice and especially past tense. So students, in the last video, we learned how to transform a sentence in active voice in simple past tense to passive voice. And now we'll be starting with past continuous tense. So, students, as you know, an affirmative sentence in past continuous tense is of the form subject plus was were plus ing form of the verb plus object. Now, if you remember present continuous tense, I had told you that with continuous tense we use being, B-E-I-N-G, and third form of the verb. So the same rule is applicable here, and the passive voice will be subject plus was were plus being plus third form of the verb followed by the preposition by and object. For example, he was writing a letter. So how we'll change it? A letter was being written by him. Now next is negative sentence. The negative sentence in active voice is of the form subject, was were, not, ing form of the verb and object. So the same will happen here also. We'll add being and third form of the verb. For example, the form will be subject plus was were plus not plus being plus third form of the verb and by and object. For example, the teacher was not teaching the students. So how will you change it? The students will become the subject, the teacher will become the object. Okay. The students were not being taught by the teacher. See, here we have used were instead of was because now we are talking about students. Okay. Next is interrogative sentence. The interrogative sentences are of the form was were plus subject plus ing form of the verb plus object. And again the same rule, we'll change into passive, we'll add being and third form of the verb. It will be was were plus subject plus being plus third form of the verb followed by preposition by and then object. For example, were the police chasing some thieves? So, were some thieves being chased by the police? Okay. Next is negative interrogative. So, negative interrogatives, same as interrogative, we just have to add not. Okay. The active voices of the form was, were, subject, not, ing form of the verb and object. So, same, but we'll add being and verb will change to third form. So passive voice will be was were plus subject plus not plus being plus third form of the verb, then preposition by and object. Were the leaders not making false promises? So it would be were false promises not being made by the leaders. Okay? So students, similar to present tense, in past continuous tense, we use was were, being and third form of the verb. Always remember with continuous we use being, being. Okay. Now, the next is past perfect tense. So in past perfect tense, the general form is had and third form of the verb. And when we change it into passive, if you remember, in present also we did the same. Had plus been, B-double-E-N, and third form of the verb. Okay. We just have to add the word been, B-double-E-N. So, for example, for an affirmative sentence, the form is subject plus had plus third form of the verb plus object. So, in the passive, it would be subject plus had plus been, B-double-E-N, plus third form of the verb followed by preposition by and object. For example, they had bribed the clerk. So, the clerk had been bribed by them. Same way for negative, active form is subject plus had plus not plus third form of the verb plus object. So same way, had and not will remain same. Then we'll add been, then third form of the verb. For example, we had never visit. He had never visited me before. So I had never been visited before by him. Never can be used instead of not. Okay. Ravi had not purchased the book. The book had not been purchased by Ravi. Similarly, for interrogative, the active voices of the form had plus subject plus third form of the verb plus object. And when we change it into passive voice, it will change into had plus subject plus been, B-E-E-N, plus third form of the verb plus preposition and object. For example, had the government made the mistake? So, had a mistake been made by the government? Next, we have negative interrogative. Had plus subject plus not plus third form of the verb and object. It is similar to interrogative, only not is added, you know. So in passive, it will be had plus subject plus not plus been plus third form of the verb and preposition, then object. For example, had you not locked the door? Had the door not been locked by you? Okay, students. Now, the fourth type of past tense is past perfect continuous tense. But if you remember in the beginning only, I had told you that we do not transform a sentence in perfect continuous tense to its passive voice. It cannot be done. So, we have to do only three types: simple, continuous, and perfect. Okay. I hope that the rules are clear to you. Do your assignments in your BBC neatly with pencil, okay, and read the rules given on the left side of BBC, because when you read examples, your knowledge enhances. Okay, students? Thank you.